What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropicalnhl back here today for a brand new YouTube video. So today I wanted to talk about Juraj Slafkovsky again because I'm hyped about the guy. I'm hyped about him, and he played a really good scrimmage game yesterday at the Habs training camp. And we've seen, I think, what Juraj Slafkovsky can bring to a team. I think that he's an underrated playmaker. A lot of people were talking about his goal-scoring ability, but the guy looks like he's a good playmaker as well, so that's a good thing. Juraj Slafkovsky, for me, in my opinion, will play in the NHL this year. I know a lot of people are saying, oh no, he's not ready, send him to Laval. But when a guy gets drafted first overall, for the most time, he's NHL ready already. And I think that's even more the case for Juraj Slafkovsky because he's been playing with adults. He's been playing at high competition in Europe. He's played in the Olympics. He's played at the World Championship with seniors, with adults. And since he's really big, he's 6'4", 238 pounds, like we all know. I think that the guy is even more NHL ready than some of the prospects that have been drafted in the last couple of years. I'm not saying he's better, but I think he's more ready than they were at 18-year-old. So yeah, you might call me crazy. I know some of you guys in the comment section are going to be, nah, there's no rush, send him to Laval. But in my opinion, when a guy is ready to play in the NHL, there's absolutely no point on sending him to Laval and waste his time dominating the league. And I think that Juraj Slafkovsky, for me, is ready to play in the NHL. I know we haven't seen a lot from the guy. It's just a feeling I have from seeing what he can do and seeing how he played last season in all the competitions he played in. I mean, I could be wrong. It might just go terribly wrong and he just goes to Laval and not even be that good. But for me, Juraj Slafkovsky will play in the National Hockey League this season and will have a good season. He's not gonna have 60 points. Obviously, the guy is not there yet. He's going to get there in his career, but not in the first year. I expect him to get 40 points at least, around there. And yeah, like I said, you can disagree, but for me, Juraj Slafkovsky is NHL ready, and he's going to play in the NHL this season. I know some of you guys will be, bro, he didn't even get points in the rookie camp. He didn't even score a goal. How do you expect him playing in the NHL if he can't even score goals against rookies? Blah, blah, blah. But man, y'all need to chill with the rookie camp, alright? I already made a video talking about this. Y'all need to chill with that. There's a reason why half the coach in the NHL don't even bother going to the rookie camp, because that don't mean a lot. Like, those games are made for the guys on trials, the guys drafted in the 7th round to get their names out there. Juraj Slafkovsky had absolutely nothing to prove in those games, so that's probably the reason why he wasn't giving his best, giving his hardest, because there was absolutely no point doing so, and he probably stuck with Kent Hughes, Marty St. Louis before those games, and he probably told him, yeah, just get the rust off your eye. You're going to get the chance at training camp. And that's probably what he did, because yesterday in scrimmage, he was one of the best players on the ice in both games they did. So yeah, I think Juraj Slafkovsky will benefit a lot from playing with NHL players. I mean, at the rookie camp, he was making some pretty good plays, but when he was ready to make the pass, he made the pass, and the guy was late on the play, so the pass didn't go nowhere. I know some of you guys are like, oh, he made some bad passes. The passes weren't bad. The guy who he was passing the puck to was just late on the play, so it made Juraj Slafkovsky look bad. But when you play like guys with like Cole Caulfield, you play with guys like Kirby Dach and all of those guys, when you make the pass, they're going to be there and they're going to put it in the back of the net. Alright? So Juraj Slafkovsky will benefit a lot from playing with NHL caliber players, and he's only going to get better and better as the time passes. So if he comes at training camps and does good, he's just going to get better and better and better as the season goes on, and that's just the player Juraj Slafkovsky is. I don't think they need to start him on the first line, sorry. Because in the Olympics, he started on the 4th and he grinded his way up to the first line. And I think that's what they need to do with him. You put him on the 3rd, And if he does good, you put him on the second. And if he does good, you put him on the first. But don't start him on the first line. It's going to be a bit too much pressure being the first overall in Montreal, starting on the first line. But I'm 100% certain that he will end up there at some point during the season, playing with Caulfield and Suzuki. And yeah, Juraj Slafkovsky is going to be perfectly fine. In my opinion, of course, I might be wrong. For me, there's no point sending him in Laval, because I think that the guy was already playing in some better caliber games than what the AHL is last season in the Olympics and in Europe. I mean, in the Olympics, there were all the best players in the world that are not in the NHL were there, and he scored 7 goals in 7 games. So that means a lot. He progressed a lot since then, and I'm particularly sure that he's going to make the team. Yeah, I think that Slafkovsky is going to do perfectly fine, and I think that he's going to make the team at least for the opening night and at least for the first game of the seasons. And I really do think he's going to do fine and stay with the Canadiens for the entire year. So let me know what you guys think about this. I think he's there in his development. I think he's ready to be there in his development. It's not because it went wrong with some of the guys before. Like I said, the guys like Kotkaniemi, the guys like Galchenyuk, it's not because they rushed them too much in the NHL. It's because they weren't developing them. They just threw them there, and yeah, you need question. Nah, it's all right. You're an NHL player. Figure it out yourself. And that's not what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton in St. Louis are going to do. They're going to develop. They're going to surround them really well. Even if they are in the NHL, we now have a development system. And with Bergevin, we didn't have that. So if he plays in the NHL or in the AHL, he will develop perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. It's not the same management. We are in a new era for the Montreal Canadiens. Let me know what you guys think about this. It's been your boy Tropical NHL, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Bye-bye.